Hello, and welcome. Hope you're doing well. Just a little charity shop update for you today, so that I can get out and do more charity shops. Here we have Hospice in the Weald charity shop. So I went in here and I thought I had struck gold when I found Kea by Bob Marley and the Wailers. I thought this is an original pressing. Until I found out that there was no bloody record in it. Bloody tease, man. Yeah, look, it's a floppy. This charity shop here is quite cool because you have the media section with the books and the records and stuff, and then you go right across and they got the beverages. So after all that digging, you do get quite thirsty, so you can literally just grab a drink of, you know, Coke or Ribena or whatever, or some of that pink juice, whatever it is, and have a ball. So I didn't film these properly, but I picked these up for £1 each. There's a couple of Criterion titles, really good deal, but there is a caveat. Here I am in Oxfam, where I found some pretty darn cool CDs. We have a bit of Run DMC, Raising Hell for 99 pence there, very cool. Liquid Swords by Jizza. I've literally been on the lookout for this album for probably 4 or 5 years. I've wanted it on vinyl, but I'll take a CD for 99 pence all day long. Not sure why it was 99 pence, because some of these nicer ones are £2. Also some Gangstar. I have a comp by them, a compilation, but no albums. Pretty cool. And also an album by the band Aztec Camera. I do own that album on vinyl, but the vinyl hasn't got a lot of bass, so I'll pick up the CD. I also found in this shop The Chronic by Dr. Dre. Great album, but I'm really happy with my vinyl copy of that, so I'm going to leave that for somebody else to find, because I'm a kind man. Don't just hog everything for yourself. You got to keep other people in consideration. Also Paid in Full by Eric B. and Rankin. I already have a copy of that, so I left that for somebody else. Also, check out this cool little book, MIDI for Musicians, from the 1980s. That's got a DX7 synthesizer on it. Very cool synthesizer used by Brian Eno, fun fact. So over to British Heart Foundation, where I found this really cool Bob Dylan CD. I wouldn't have bought this because I do have the vinyl, but there's something very cool about it. It is not only a CD which looks like a vinyl record, grooves and all, but it also kind of looks like a PlayStation 1 disc, where the surface of the CD, the readable surface, is black. I don't know if anyone out there used to play PlayStation 1, but they look like that, and that's a very cool CD to have. Also in this same shop, I picked up a Blu-ray copy of the movie Chocolat, or Chocolat, however you say that, which is surprisingly quite a rare movie on Blu-ray. And also Independence Day on 4K for £2. That's a really good upgrade to 4K, just for £2. Great deal. Here's the British Heart Foundation. I got those in. The sign's recently been replenished. Unlike the Especially Health store, which has got mushrooms growing on the sign. Very healthy. Very natural, actually. So in this other charity shop, I found this cool Simpsons briefcase. I don't think you could really get much in there, but it is in fact an officially licensed Simpsons briefcase with these cool comic book strip designs on it. Really nice. I don't think it would be really fit for purpose, but if you're a collector of old Simpsons merchandise, this is an absolute gem. Look at that. How cool is that? They also had this copy of Queen, which is an absolute shambles. £15 for a really beat up, destroyed copy of Queen's greatest hits. I'd charge £1 for that. That is ridiculous. Even a Queen best of in mint condition would be worth a tenner, maybe. Tenner at a push. It's such a common record. It's like one of the biggest selling records ever. They also had some really nice artwork in this shop. Check out this one. What a beautiful piece of art. I love the whole kind of foggy thing going on there. Also, these pieces are really nice as well, actually. Also, randomly among the books, I found a VHS copy of Goosebumps. I remember watching that show as a kid, and there was an episode where this kid finds a ghost in the basement playing the piano. It actually kind of freaked me out as a 9-year-old. They've also got this bizarre, futuristic but also retro surveillance camera. Surveillance camera you use on your computer, maybe. That is so kind of old-fashioned looking. So here's this nice little shop called the Cobbles, which has been there for about 30 years, and they sell crystals and things like that. This is the kind of shop that you get kind of down Hastings or down by the seafront, or even in a place like Hay on Wye. There's some cool stuff here, but sadly they're closing down. Yeah, I think their owners are just retiring. After 30 years of business, they're finally deciding to pack up the shop, and they're doing a 10% off sale on everything. And who's this dickhead bloody filming himself in the mirror? Does he think he's funny or something? Moron. They also had some nice Doll's House pieces here. My mum collects Doll's House stuff, so I got some stuff for her. What else is in here? Yeah, they also do engravings and stuff on trophies. They seem to do a lot of golf trophies, among other things. But yeah, they closed down on the 14th of Feb, so they've now closed, sadly. The Cobbles, really nice little shop.
I can't wait.
You're getting early tips.
I think we'll be getting a...
if it gets full sun on it.
There's a little story there about them. This is going to be our last Christmas. Been there for 38 years. Very sad to see them go. All good things got to come to an end, I guess. Also, check out these bobbleheads. How cool are these solar powered little things? Love those, they're so cool. It would be absolutely hilarious if they had a bloody Prince Andrew one. They could have him being arrested or something. Also, check it out. This one's also got mushrooms growing on it, on the sign. Also, what's going on here? Southport? What? What's going on? Where's Matt Stone and Trey Parker when you need them?
I'm going down to South Park, gonna have myself a time.
Friendly faces everywhere, humble folks without temptation.
Going down to South Park, gonna leave my woes behind.
Ample parking day or night, people spouting party.
So back into Oxfam, and Oxfam Books and Music, which is my favourite store. Sometimes you go in here and you find a load of gems, and other times you feel as if it's already been raided. Here is a Primus CD, which costs £2. It's their album from 1991. Apparently it's very good, and it goes for a tenner on eBay, so £2 for that was a bit of a bargain. Blur Park Life, great record of course, but I've got a lovely vinyl pressing of that, so I'm not bothered. Joy Division Unknown Pleasures, same deal again, already got a really nice vinyl press of it. I do buy CD and vinyl duplicates quite a bit, but it has to be an album that is in ridiculously high regard, and it also has to be a really vintage CD press. I swear there are no set rules for my collecting, it's just whatever I feel, really. It's whatever I feel like. Mercury Rev Deserters Songs, that's got a couple of good songs on it. The first 3 or 4 tracks on that are really good. What else is in here? Tribe Called Quest, The Low End Theory. That's one of the best albums of all time. Certainly, probably the best hip hop album of all time. Would have picked that up. I'd happily have that on vinyl and a CD, but the CD was pretty trashed on that one. I think I took a little photo of it. Yeah, I did. Not good condition, sadly. Although someone did buy it because it was gone the next time I went there. Same deal with Nas, Illmatic. Great album. I wouldn't mind getting a copy of that on CD because the vinyl was a bit sibilant. And an album by Onyx. How do you say that band's name? Onyx? I'm very uncultured, so I don't know these things. I googled this album. Apparently it's not their best album, but they did have a tune called Slam, which I loved. Paul Simon remastered a version of his first album. Maybe that was worth getting, actually. I don't know. Maybe I should have got that one. I've got the original vinyl of that. It's got Me and Julio Down by the Schoolyard, which is a great track. Slightly questionable meaning, though. What? 40 Punk Classics, Argo and Attitude. Cool album cover. I didn't really recognise any of the songs on it. Maybe I just don't know very much punk. I might be slacking on the knowledge there. Visualizing the Beatles, not sure about that. I kind of wish I bought that Hendrix book. I think that was a Hendrix biography. Here we are in the Demauser charity shop. I don't know what that is. That looks a bit funkadelic. Don't know what that is all about. They had a copy of Moving Waves by Focus, and I love that album. That's a prog classic, actually. The album cover of that always reminded me of Teletubbies. Also, Paul Simon, £6 for Still Crazy After All These Years. That is quite a good album, but I think I can find a nicer copy for £6. Yeah, it wasn't the best copy. Some of these charity shops are they like to charge a lot. Just walking past the art gallery here, they had a nice painted canvas there, although a little bit random. I bet that cost loads of money. Also Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse, blimey, I want to ring Matthew up for that one. Yeah, same deal here, same kind of thing. What do you think about all this art? Some of it's really nice, but honestly I think I've found some nicer art pieces in charity shops than what I've found in the actual art shops, which like to charge big money. So that was it, just a little update for you today, and hope to see you very, very soon. Cheers guys, thank you very much, bye bye.